A more than 100% increase in minimum wage is up for debate here in Pennsylvania. As part of Governor Shapiro's 2025-26 budget plan, he wants the minimum wage increased to $15 an hour. Fox 43's Sydney Nauman spoke to a business owner in York County. She's here to share how the proposed change could impact local companies and consumers alike.
Evan, if passed, the minimum wage increase would impact most industries from manufacturing to hospitality and even your local ice cream shop. But one local restaurateur told me that product prices with product prices already on the rise, a drastic wage increase could have a costly domino effect. Bare bones. That's how Lauren Days says she stocks her restaurant shelves.
We are definitely more of like on a skeleton. Like instead of like overbuying and making sure we have everything at one time, it's like buying as we need it.
Days is the co-owner of Skillet to Plate Soul Bistro in York and says as the economy has expanded everyone's grocery bills, increased costs have taken a toll on local restaurants.
We started seeing a decline in people coming every day or a few times a week. Now it's like a special occasion.
Pennsylvanians may be scaling back on their budgets, but in his 2025-2026 budget address, Governor Shapiro made a push for higher payrolls.
How about we put more money in people's pockets by raising their wages?
If passed, the state's minimum wage would more than double, jumping from the federal standard of $7.25 an hour to $15 an hour. A number that hasn't changed since 2009, causing concern among business owners about the adjustment period for possible payroll changes.
This will take a long adjustment for the businesses, consumers, and everything, because everything is going to have to increase.
But Governor Shapiro says higher payrolls means more power to Pennsylvanians making purchases, with the hope the budget changes will lead to overall economic growth throughout the state.
It makes strategic, common sense investments to give every Pennsylvanian a shot at success.
While Days agrees a minimum wage increase would help workers, she still struggles with the realization that any increase means bigger bills.
It's a trickle-down and domino effect across the board, no matter which way you're looking at it.
There are still multiple steps in the approval process before the governor's budget is passed, as each department reviews its funding and can provide input before a final document is created. Last session, the House was able to pass legislation to increase the state minimum wage to $15 an hour, but that legislation ended up stalling in the Senate.
So, Sydney, you mentioned the state's minimum wage has not changed in 16 or so years. So where does Pennsylvania rank when it comes to our neighboring states?
Yeah, Evan, so Pennsylvania isn't alone in using the federal minimum wage. 19 other states have set $7.25 as their hourly standard. Maryland, New York, and New Jersey have set their minimum wages at or above $15 an hour, while other surrounding states like Ohio and West Virginia have made more moderate increases to $10.70 an hour for Ohio and $8.75 for West Virginia.
All right, so quite the mix. Fox 43 Sydney Nauman. Thank you, Sydney.